more out there, that there might be more we're missing out. So when we understand that we can be missing out something, when we understand that we don't know it all, it puts us in a phase or in a situation of constant learning. And that's the only way we can make progress. Can you accept that the truth is not black and white? The next question. Remember, like I mentioned before, there are no right or wrong answers. These questions are meant to stir you to think. The truth is, your best skill set in the financial market is mental, is in the mind. It's not even in the craft. It's not even on the screen. So if you're not able to gauge that, if you're not able to narrow that, it's going to be very hard, if not impossible. That's why there are millions of chaos in the market. A lot of people don't have time to think about the really main reason why they're here. And all of those skill sets are in the mind. It's not on the chart. It's not on the chart, I mean. It's not on the indicators. It's not on the technical analysis that a lot of people embrace rather than looking at the mindset. That's why we combine these things, because it's important. The next question. Can you sit in silence? Can you sit in silence? Can you sit in silence? I'll share an experience. Some time ago, a very long time ago, though, sitting, doing nothing without distractions was like an impossible task for me. It was not possible. I couldn't figure out how that should be even possible. But the truth is, the career path you chose is one that is so organized. It's one that is so meticulous. It may seem disorganized in the visual, in the eye, in the way you look at it. But believe me, deep down, the market is so organized. In fact, if you're looking at the market as disorganized, it's not the market. It's you. It's reflecting who you are to you. Otherwise, it's organized. And when you come to that deep state of organization, you tend to flow. And the beginning of all of this is in silence, is in focus. This question does not just have to do with the market. This question has a propelling impact in every area of our life. Can you sit in silence? Can you sit at the moment without nothing distracting you, without conversations, even without your own thoughts? Can you sit in silence? At the initial phase, when I adopted meditation, it was such a heck. I couldn't see how my thoughts were not putting me off and on the radar. It was a problem. But then training will get better by practice, and you start understanding that there is so much power in silence. In fact, silence is the greatest strength anyone can exercise. Even in that chaotic situation, when it looks like the whole world is running mad, can you sit in silence? Even when it looks like the whole situation is crumbling on you, can you just ignore those chaos, those those things? Can you just sit in silence? Can you sit in silence? The next question. What if you become your own savior? What if you become your own savior? What if you become your own savior? You know, this is true. Many of many of the population, in fact, a lot of us tend to have this dependability mindset. We want system to do things for us. We want our government to do things for us. We want our parents to do things for us. We want our friends to fix our messes. We want our partners to do things for us. But what if you step into those chaos? What if you step into those problems? What if you take hold? What if you take charge? What if you say, this is my problem and I'm going to fix it? What if you say, this is my financial problem and I'm going to fix it? What if you say, this is my psychological problem, this is my social problem and I'm going to fix it? What if you say, this is my physical problem and I'm going to fix it? What if you say, this is my family problem and it's my responsibility fixing it? What if you step out of the crowd? What if you face your fear head on? What if you say to yourself, the market is my problem and I'm going to decipher it, whatever it takes, however long, whatever the sacrifice is? What if you stop waiting for someone to come true for you? What if you stop hoping that somebody comes to save you? What if you stop waiting for families and friends? What if you become your own savior? Just what if? Think about what would happen with that. Think about how stronger you become. Think about how wiser you become. Think about how much more valuable it will make you. Just what if you become your own savior? The next question. Are you the problem or the environment you are in the problem? Are you the problem or the environment you're in the problem? Are you the problem or the environment you're in the problem? It's important that you know that the environment you are imparts who you become. Are you always unable to control your environment? It's your environment pulling you away from progress. It's your environment taking a part of you out of you. Are you the problem or the environment you're in the problem? You know, most times you, for some of us that live our lives routinely, there are a lot of the times we just want to be quiet, or when you just want to read, or when you just want to meditate. I literally, I literally don't have friends. And that's not because I am not social enough, but some of the reason is because I have associates, okay, business associates, many acquaintances, but when it comes to who I call my friends, who I bring into my circle of environment, I tend to be very careful with it because they become part of my environment. So that when I want to get my heads down, I'm able to do that without distraction. Sometimes your environment can become an obstacle to your progress. That sometimes you just want to train your mind, you just want to train yourself, you just want to grow, you just want to learn, and your environment becomes a whole lot of distractions. Are you situated in a kind of environment that keep pulling you out, or you're avoiding some kind of habit, and the environment you are in is is becoming a clue for you or to you? Is your environment the problem here, or are you the problem? Think about this. The final question for today's section is, what could you do today to nurture your relationship with yourself? What could you do today to nurture your relationship with yourself? What could you do today to nurture your relationship with yourself? What are the practices you can do? A lot of the times we we are so pulled out from ourselves, from our from our body, that's from who we are, from what makes us us. And then we're pulled into the rabbit hole of the things that doesn't even matter. And those things steal our life, steal our time, steal our health, steal our relationship, both with ourselves. Of course, it has to begin with ourselves, and then it reflects in our other external relationships. They steal all of these things. And the reason why all of these things are stolen is not still met. It becomes a mirage that we keep chasing and never get hold of it. And we're chasing and we're losing the major thing that really, really matter to us. What could you do today to nurture your relationship with yourself? I need you to understand that there is so much love you can bring to your life every single minute. You can look inwardly and do a lot of beautiful things to yourself. I can really mention many things that has really, really brought me very close to myself. That a lot of times I look at it and it's so peaceful that I even built such habits. What could you do today to nurture, to grow, to begin tendering the relationship with yourself? What could that be? Could that be quiet time? You take out time to think about some of your beliefs, some of your values, or is it regular body exercise to help keep you focused, to help you keep you mentally alert, to help you keep you healthy and of course happy? Several years ago, many years ago, I used to struggle because I'm an introvert, and you know introverts we really I mean want to just socialize with the crowd. So a lot of the times I'm just separated. I'm just alone. So those kind of things got me sometimes. A lot of times I always go into depression mode and come out of mood swings. Many years ago, that used to be my current fate. And when I find myself in those depressive situations, it kind of it kind of pulls me out from the flow of things. I kind of start implosive behaviors. But gradually, do you know that those kind of feelings eventually left me? And currently, I don't even know if they exist. Because at the point I remembered, I said, wow, wait, there have been a time when I used to fall into depression from time and time. And where is it now? It's gone. I can't even think of it. You see, and believe me, this is profound. Body exercise keeps you happy. There are hormones that are released that you're always happy. And you need those kind of state of mind that keeps you happy to thrive in life. This is not just about the market. You need to always stay positive. You need to always stay happy. That is why that is how you skyrocket your frequency. What could you do today to nurture your relationship with yourself? Is it putting up a reading time today? I'm not talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow does not exist. What could you do today, now? Could you read more to expand your wide of knowledge? Could you meditate to sit with your thought and think about it and ponder? Could you walk out? Could you take a walk outside of the street? What exactly could you do today to nurture your relationship with yourself? We have these questions, up to 16 of them. And these questions, like I mentioned before, there are no wrong or right answers. They just going to help stir you up to think beyond the way everyone do things. Remember, the best solution is not hidden in the right answers, but rather in the right questions. When we ask the right questions, it draws us closer to getting right responses. Psychological sections like this are designed to help us draw us closer. You don't need to become everything right away. Growth is not linear. And the truth is, this is a training. And when we say it, when we mention something as a training, that means it can require time, but but above all, intentionality. So you have to be intentional about where you're going. You have to be intentional about who you want to become. You're not going to make all of the right decisions, but let it be that your growth is essential for you, and you're not taking that for granted. And there is no way you're going to lose in life. In any area of your life, you're not going to lose. I'll see you guys on our Saturday next week on our psychological section, where we'll continue on these mind brooding questions to help us really, really dissect and organize our behavior. Remember, you need behavior to strive, and behavior is the hardest thing to teach, even to the wisest of us. I'll see you guys on our next psychological section. But for now, please think about this and bye.